Okay, welcome back everybody. Another episode of my Project Ozone series. I went ahead and I made up all the seeds for that we talked about in the last episode. There's a whole bunch of them in here. If we check our quest book, oop, there they are. Open up that one, and that's all those seeds completed. I mean, that was pretty easy stuff. It's just Minicio essence for the most part, with a variety of Zavicio, ACO, or the other one. I can't remember the blue one. The worst one out of a lot of them was the wither seeds, because that needed some more wither skulls. If we take a look at the wither seeds needed skeleton seeds, which needs wither skeleton skulls, and Zavicio, and the skeleton seeds were just bone with Imperio. That's the blue one. So that was the hardest one, because I had to go back into the nether and just farm up a couple of skulls from the withers. And we've got that done. And that takes care of all the seeds and all the monotonous stuff, so it leaves us with the rest of this book to do. I think what next I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly work up this line up here, just to get a bit of that going. Manilium I've already got. That was trying to think what that was a blend of. I know it was cobalt was one of them. If we look at Manilium, is a blend of cobalt and ardite, both of which I had in the system. If I look up cobalt, I had a bunch of. I'm able to craft up the powder and pulverize it down. If you pulverize cobalt and ardite ingots and get the dust and combine the two in a crafting table, it generates Manilium dust, and then you just smelt it down. So we've got Manilium in our inventory. I've got that already pre-done. Tartarite is a blend of adamantine and Altaris. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go take that into the smeltery and melt that down in our Tinker's smeltery. We still do have some use for this. If I put in half a stack of each, that should combine down into an alloy, and that'll do that. The unstable ingot blocks, oops, I pressed the F1 key by mistake. Nope, not that one. The unstable blocks, I've already got some in my inventory. I'm running really low on division sigils. I've got one left that's got 33 uses, so I managed to make up enough unstable. I've got 15 spare, having used up like about 3 or 4 of those to make up the unstable nuggets, to make up stable unstable ingots. And that was enough to make up some 5 unstable ingot blocks. I mean, it's just 9 unstable ingots in a pattern. Makes up a block. We've done that before in a bunch of episodes. Check on the, there's Tartarite right there. It's only 26. I need to put in the rest of those, and that'll give me, I think, 32, which is what I need. We'll give that a second to do that. And then the other part of that is, I mean, that'll complete this quest. And gives us 3 more hearts, because we need 3 more hearts. An achievement book. I'm not sure what that is for. Just wait for that to finish up. And then we've done that, we're going to move on to the unbreakable wand, which is pretty straightforward. This is just about to tick over. Oh, and I actually attached a wireless access point to this bridge. So actually, while we're waiting, now that I can do that, let's look at the wand, and we're going to make up a unbreakable wand, which is builder's one with 2 sticks, and we already have. I think we've got some sticks in the. Let's put those there, and I've got the builder's wand here. Make that up, and that gives us an unbreakable wand. That should complete that quest, which it did not. That's a bit worrying. Why did that not give me... Have I got the wrong type of wand? It's an unbreakable wand. Oh, there's a bunch... I bet you've got to get to this one at the end here. Where you've got to have two... Oh, good grief. Maybe 2 unbreakable wands? Okay, well, let's back up another one. And that's an unstable ingot with obsidian. Well, we've got all of those. Let's make up another builder's wand. And we'll get our unstable... stable ingot. That makes up that. And then if we combine... make up another one of these unstable ones. Let's get some more sticks. Never done this before, so I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants on this one. Oh, why is that doing that? Stick. And do that. And then if we combine those 2 wands... Oops, no, don't want to pick up that. Wand. Like so, and that gives us another unbreakable wand of maximum 32 blocks. Is that enough to complete the quest? Nope. So I guess it needs... 64 block one, which is 2... Oh, good grief. I hope we're going to have enough... So we need 2 more of these unbreakable wands to make up another one of those. Let's have a look at our unstable. And then we need the obsidian, wasn't it? Is that what it was? Oops, that's obsidian. Obsidian. I mixed up we need 2 of those. And then we need some more sticks. And stick that in there. Put that in there. Put those together. And that gives us 2 more. Which if we combine those 2 together, gives us 2 of these. And if we combine these 2 together, should give us the bigger one. That gives us a 64 block one. Now we need the... Good grief. I see, now that requires a super builder's wand. So, I mean, is that now enough to complete? Nope. So to get that one, we need the super builder's wand. And the super builder's wand is, I believe, a regular wand. So if we look for our unstable... We are running low. Oh, I think we're going to be in trouble here. Okay, so we are going to need... I believe a super builder's wand is... I want to say it's that with an unstable ingot, but I'm not entirely sure. Or is it obsidian? Nope. I'm trying to remember how you make... I can't remember how you make a super... Or is it just... It's not... Surely it's not just a stick. Is it? About like that. Oops. Oh dear, I'm going all over the place. 2 sticks and a builder's wand. No, that makes that. I don't want that. I want this super builder's wand, but it doesn't have a recipe. I might have to come back to that. Because I'm not sure how to get that super builder's wand. There doesn't seem to be a recipe in the system. We've got our molten tartarite. Let's just melt that down. Or not melt it down, but create the ingots that we need. Let's give that a second to cool down. Actually eat up a piece of pizza. Yum, 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 yum. Pick up that. Yeah, that. And that, and then we can just convert those down into blocks. And that should give us enough to complete that quest. Right here. If we manually submit it. Oh, we need 64 of those. Okay, how many have we got left in the 19? 9, 18. Oop, no. I put my book in there. Why is there a spare ingot? Make up the spare one. And we'll let that cool down. And then we'll pull that out. Grab you and grab... Come on. You. Okay, and that should now be enough. Where did all my... I didn't put it back in the thing, did I? Okay, there you go. I mean, it must have stolen them from me. Yeah, it did. It took them and throws them into a world of oblivion. Let's pick up a... Let's not pick up that. Oh, we can't do that yet. So, oh, it's a consume task. Why is it not letting us pick up the reward for it? Probably because we haven't claimed the rewards of all the other stuff. Let's just... give me a second. I'll claim all the rewards of these. I'm just going to pick up the middle bags. And I'll be right back. That now leaves us with... Let's have a look. Making up maybe the pseudo-inversion signal. I'm not sure how you make that up. Let's have a look up. Probably needs more... Spelled that wrong, didn't I? Pseudo-inversion. That's an Arcane Red Gem. That was that real pain in the bum gem that we needed for Botania early on. And we had to go through all the colours. Dark matter block. In fact, I know I've got that in the system because it was such a pain. If we look up gem. So we had to make up all of these arcane gems. Let's take a red one out. And get ourselves a dark matter. 4 of those. 3 and 4. And then we need to go get some astral silver. Which I think we've got plenty of in the system. Let's put that into the thing. And let's do that. Make it one of those. And that gives us a division sigil. Okay, I looked up how you make the pseudo-inversion sigil, and it's quite a ritual. It requires a bunch of blocks placed in a certain pattern inside the end, and then you have to fill up chests with a whole bunch of stuff, and they've got all the... There's like 12 items in each chest on the north, south, east, and west side. And then you activate the ritual by killing an iron golem near it. And then you end up having to kill 100 creatures that spawn within the end before the ritual activates properly. We're also going to need another activated division sigil, so we're going to have to go through that again. I think I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to get all the items together and set it up. And then I'll record the setting up of the actual ritual area in the end. I'm not going to get that done this episode. That's going to take a fair amount of prep work because it needs to like have 12 different potions with 12 different effects. And I haven't even touched on the potion brewing just yet. I need to work on that. So this quest is temporarily on hold. I don't think I can claim this one down here because I haven't finished off this one. I still need to work out how to make up that super builder's wand. But until I can get this pseudo-inversion sigil done, I can't claim the reward for any of these anyway, so it's kind of a non-starter until I get this done. I think that's going to be an episode in its own right, to be honest. What I also did while I was killing the withers is I managed to get my final spirit. So let's claim that reward. And that now unlocks the quest to do the heart canisters. And I'm not sure the best way of getting a bunch of hearts is going to be. Let's open up these bags just to, yeah, all a load of rubbish. Let's just dump you in there. But what else I can do is, just to finish this off, is get these upgrades done. I think we've got most of the materials in our system, and I think they're not that difficult to make either. It's these efficiency upgrade, which is photovoltaic cells 1 and 2, and a blank, which I believe we've got right there. Let's just make up a couple of those. I don't know if I'm going to need more than that or not. Let's see if I've got the... Yep, got those in there, so that should, I think, complete that. Yep, and then we just need one of each of the ones that go along here, so we'll quickly make up a bunch of these, and we'll take up that one, and we'll take up that one. Well, it's just a very quick quest to knock out now that we've got a load of stuff in our system. We need to make up a leadstone. Oh, it might just need the basic empty frame, which we've got in our system here, I think. Just a regular leadstone energy. Will that work? Nope. It's gonna need, what does it need? Where are you? Which one was it? I don't remember which one it was now. And I think they've all just moved on me. Is it that one? Nope. No, they keep moving. It's that one, wasn't it? It needs a leadstone energy. Okay, we're just gonna make up one of those. And now it should let us do that. And then we need the, I believe that one. And we need to make up a furnace. That's easy enough. It's just quickly run one of those round. That'll now give us enough to make up the furnace upgrade. And I think that should be it. Yep, and that completes that quest as well. And then we'll just take up that bag there. And we'll open that up quickly. And more useless rubbish. And do not open that up in the base, because that will probably blow the stuff up. Let's throw those in there. Solar panels, we're not really using them, so I'm just going to stick them into the... Actually, would they have EMC on them? It'd be handy if they did. Yes, they do. So let's... If we ever need them, we know that they're going to be in our system. So we'll just put them in, collect the EMC and learn them. There you go, that's that done. And that, I believe, with the exception of these heart canisters, completely finishes this part of the book as well. Now, how do you make the heart canisters? Let's go for heart. You need, like... Well, that's pretty easy to make. It's just a case of getting hold of the red hearts. We've only got 5 at the moment, which is not good. To make up those, you need... So you need the red canisters for those. And then to make up... I don't know if you need... I don't even know if you can make the green ones. Oh, you just can. That requires yellow canisters. How many do we need of each? We need 10... Oh, good grief. So... that requires 10 of those, which require 10 of those. So we need about 100 hearts, I think is what it's saying. And we've got 5. There's got to be a good way of gaining hearts. I don't know why these are not dropping hearts. I did change the looting system in here. We are now processing all of the bags. So all of the bags now come into this autonomous activator. And it right-clicks the bags with sneaking. And that puts them into this chest. They then, all the items from the bags feed back into this golden loot chest, which is where all the mob drops are going. And then it works on the principle of priority. So, the first priority is going to be this one, which is at priority 10. And it's generating anything that can be converted into EMC is going into this chest. Now I know hearts do not have EMC values, so they cannot go into this chest. The next priority chest is this one over here. This is what I call the trash chest. It goes straight into the trash can. If it can't be converted into EMC and it's not useful, then it goes into the trash can. And this works on the principle of filters. So I've declared that worn-out bags, ender lilies, seeds, portal spawners, rice cakes, and all of these items, I can't do anything with them. And they're no good sitting in my AE2 system. So they automatically go into the trash can. That leaves this final chest here on priority 5. That was on 7. So that's like 10, 7, 5. And that one over there is 15. So because the highest priority is over there, then that one, then this one, and then this one. That leaves this chest here. And as you can see, I'm still picking up... I don't know why that legendary loot bag's in there. It shouldn't be in there. I'm still filtering out stuff that I don't want to put into the system. I mean, this all still looks pretty useful stuff. With the exception of that, I don't need that. We can add that into our filter, because I don't want those anymore. The rest of this stuff is stuff that I'm kind of interested in storing. But again, there's no hearts are coming out. So if I click that on to allow it to clear itself out quickly, because this is filling up with stuff as well. And we'll put that back in there, and put that in there. I think the legendary loot bag was on that that filter over here. Maybe that's why it's not in there. No, it is. It shouldn't have got through to... maybe because this chest filled up over here. And that's now slowly emptying out this chest. So you can see all the stuff's coming in. And filtering through. And again, that legendary loot bag. Probably because it needs the... I need to turn the metadata off. Or match the metadata. So, because if it was slightly damaged, it might now go in there? I don't know. If not, then no, it just doesn't want to do that. Let's just throw that away. I think that was a one-off. Okay, and then we can turn this back off again. So I'm keeping an eye on this at the moment. And now it's cleared itself out, it will start building up again, and I'll have to come back and check it. But like I said, no red hearts are being generated from these mobs, which I think is strange. I thought they should generate red mobs. The other thing I've noticed is that, oh, actually, now that I've noticed that I've got night vision, I can see inside the, I'm firing off with the skeletons from that spawner, and I'm not getting any wither skulls in my system. I have 1 or 2 left over. Yeah, I've got 1 left over from when I went to the Nether and farmed them myself. But again, wither skeletons are not being generated or not being looted, and they don't have EMC value, so I know they're not going into the EMC chest. So again, I'm not really sure how the best way to get hearts is going to be without painfully killing things individually. There might be a way of getting some. If I go to the do the Galactic Craft and get one of the skeleton bosses from up there, I might capture that in a Safari net, and I might be able to get hearts from that. But we're a little ways off doing that. I think next episode, I mean, this seems to be a good place to leave this right now. Next episode, I'm going to go back and I think I'm going to work on doing the Twilight Forest and start working my way down towards Galacticraft just for something different to do. And I think that's a good point to stop. And that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you all for watching. If you could hit that like and subscribe button, I would very much appreciate it. And until next time, toodles!